Hey everyone, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I tell you the everlasting truth. You can be a whole criminal in a black community and get more love than the black conservative. So of late, we have Chili from TLC, who allegedly donated money to Trump's campaign in 2024. And she's stating that she didn't read the fine print, it was a mistake. What I don't like is black conservatives, and not just black conservatives, but anybody who steps out of what is considered the norm within society. They are made to apologize. Like, so Chili, I have not seen her backpedaling or backtracking this, but I heard that she is on the campaign now to say, you know what, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to do it. I don't like to see people cave into bullies. If you did it, you did it. Own it. My thing with the black community is you either go along or your blackness is questioned. And I'm not going to even go into the Democrats versus the Republicans. If you're a Democrat, it's nothing that we can say to you to get you to understand. Black people base everything in feelings and victimology and emotions, and then with us who consider ourselves conservatives, if you're a conservative, you already know why we vote the way that we vote. And then we have Nick Cannon, who was in a car with, what's her name? Rose. What is that child's name? Y'all know who she is. Amber Rose. And I'm quoting this. People don't know that the Democrats are the party of the KKK. The ones of us who research know this. But for some odd reason, black people can hear this and it's crickets. Because they'll say, yeah, but it switched over to the Republicans later. Let's just say the Democrats and the Republicans are racist. You won't get no argument out of that from me. But it's the fact that black people think that Democrats and white liberals are our friend. I'll give you that Republicans are racist too. I have no problem admitting that. But with us as a community, we have to get to the point where we have to stop thinking that the government that we're supposed to just rely on the government for everything. And that's part of black people's problem. And the fact that so many black women want to vote for Democrats is because a lot of black women find themselves as single mothers who need government help. When you have either a husband in your life, or you're just a person that, make life choices where you don't need government handouts, you know that the conservative side is all about accountability, working for what you want, no government overreach, and all of that stuff. And so one other thing that Nick Cannon said, and this is a quote, people don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves. Again, black Democrats, they don't care about this. All they care about is the here and now, and what the Democrat liberal media is saying, the Republicans are racist. And if you do not align with how black people want to think and feel, then you're a coon, you're a sellout, you're Uncle Ruckus, all of those silly names. You can call me whatever the freak you want. But guess what? I'm still not going to be a Democrat. Because y'all align with the deletion of baby politics that overwhelmingly affects the black community, which is proof right there that y'all don't really care about black people. If you don't care about babies being deleted, which is overwhelmingly black babies, then you don't care about the black community. Democrats are also pro-alternative lifestyles, which also heavily affects the black community, black males in particular, because black males are overwhelmingly raised by black women who see no problem with sissified men. They complain about those sissified men because they're raising them. But that's another topic. If you follow my channel, you already know what I think. I need some water. About, how the Democratic Party affects the black community overall. But the black people who are Democrats, they're not interested in going, they don't want to research. And again, I'm not going to go into all of that. So, like I said, you can be a criminal, Pookie, Ray Ray, pew pew up a community, and Negroes don't have nothing to say about it. Honey, they don't have nothing to say about it. But say you're a black conservative. And watch, that's when they get emotional and lose their mind. Our community is lost, and it's going to stay lost. And the irony is, black Democrats are the ones that say it's black conservatives that's holding the black community back. Are you freaking kidding me? We're the ones who are moving forward and want to move forward. You all are the ones who continue to look in the back. And as I've said on my channel before, my grandparents grew up in Jim Crow South. My grandparents were closer to slavery than we ever will be. And I don't ever recall them complaining and whining and crying about what the white man was doing. They etched out a good living for themselves and their 12 children. Something that you Negroes don't seem to be able to do today. Grandma and Grandpa had 12 kids, and Grandpa took care of a wife and 12 kids on his one salary. And you can say, well, that was back then, but they were still married. How come y'all can't bring yourselves to get married today to help build up the black community, black wealth? This is what the ones of us who are conservative, we can see all of this, but the ones of you who want to stay up the Democrats behind, they want to keep you broken and being victimized and feeling like a victim, like you can't move forward because you're black. Why don't y'all open your eyes, do some research, and follow some conservative, black conservative platforms so you can see another view? And I have watched the Democratic side of, platforms, Roland Martin, those other ones. That's how I know I'm not a Democrat. I can at least say I've watched both sides to make an informed decision about who I want to support. And the fact that black people want to browbeat other black people for not voting the way they want to vote. Harris got 92% of black female votes, 78% of black male votes. What more do you guys want? Most of you voted for Harris. Most of you will vote for the next Democratic person that comes along. Why do you have to browbeat the rest of us to vote in a way that we don't feel comfortable? In ways that does not align with our values? And y'all can say, yeah, but Trump, he's a racist. But that's because the liberal media is telling you that. And he might be. But I don't believe in deletion of babies. Christianity is number one for me. And that's another thing. Democrats prey on black people's insecurities over blackness. Yeah, I said it. A lot of black people, you're very insecure. That's why and it's nothing wrong with propping up yourselves as a race. But y'all prop up the stereotypical sides of black life. You want to prop yourselves up? Get married. Clean up your communities. It's so much that goes on in our communities that's ridiculous. And y'all don't want to address it. You don't want to address it. And when then people like me that address it, oh, now I'm a coon. But I'm not the one out there busting y'all in your head. I'm not the one out there pew-pewing up stuff. I go to work sometimes 6 days a week. And with my husband, we've built a nice life. We're not the ones out here crying about what the white man is doing. Doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist, because it does. But that doesn't define me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to win regardless. Y'all are the ones that want to stay stagnant. So that really pissed me off with the people wanting to come for Chili and Nick Cannon. And I'm not necessarily fans of either one of them. But I know one thing, they can vote for and support whoever the freak they want to vote for and support. And y'all don't have to support them. And low key, my final thought, I wonder if Chili let that leak because she thought that she might get the Nicki Minaj treatment. You know how when Nicki Minaj came out as MAGA, she overwhelmingly got a lot of support from people who would not have normally have supported her. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan either. But again, you can vote for whoever you want. Nicki, Nick, and Chili, they could have all come on this internet and said, I support Harris, I support Biden, and you would not see me coming on here calling them names for it. But y'all have a lot of smoke or whatever for us. That's still not going to make us jump to your side. I like my freedom. Y'all want to be desolate of the mind? Keep on. Don't care. And one other thing, I know I said I was about to end it. Y'all Negroes are okay with white liberals calling black ICE agents the N-word with the hard ER. Y'all don't have no problem with that. So y'all can miss me with your selective outrage. Because just because your so-called blackness is rooted in victimology and I can't because, honey, keep that on your side, because that is not me. And I'll talk to you later.